Hi there, are you a fan of CW's The 100? If you are, would you want a spin-off series telling us what happened leading to the first apocalypse caused by Ellie? As The 100 Season 7 Episode 8 Anaconda was released, there's talk of a prequel spin-off series. Let's go over the episode and what can we expect if a prequel series is given a go. And do we even want a prequel? So as I said that in episode 8, we have a backdoor pilot of sorts where the hour spent as an origin story of the human survivors of Earth's first nuclear apocalypse in 2052 where Ellie launched its first missiles. When those missiles were launched, a group called Second Dawn locked themselves underground to survive. The leader of that group was Bill. Eventually, the group splits in two, one led by Bill himself and the other by his daughter. One of them, the Bill's group, goes to outer space to colonize the other planets while the other establish the clans called Grounders. We saw Becca in a flashback before where we see her coming down on Earth and survives. This episode also wraps up that story as she eventually is burned on the stake. The group which left the Earth through the portal ends up on Bardo and from there they go to Sanctum, Skyring and Nakara. The prequel rumors are that it will explore the story of the Second Dawn as two groups, one led by Bill and the other by his daughter Kelly. It seems that the show might take a closer look on today's problems on climate change and overpopulation. The showrunners have said that they want to explore the flashbacks as it was done on The Lost. But we watch The 100 because it is an escape from today's reality. I don't know how much of that will work, but I am partially biased because I don't like prequels in general. Furthermore, The 100 has been type of a show where it shines a light on characters under extreme duress to show us what humanity is capable of for both the good and the bad, especially when pushed to its limits. The prequel might be the same as we will see the two groups set up very different type of societies and may have had some previous interactions that was struck from history of the Grounders. Although after watching the series for 7 years now, it is gonna be very difficult to get attached to different characters who will eventually be shoved into a same narrative. But who knows, they have showed us what they looked like before the apocalypse and not much after. But as the whole premise of the prequel is being based on flashbacks and flash forwards, I'm very much against that type of storytelling unless it's the Assassin's Creed. Because with the flashbacks, the writers put pointless things in the show and sometimes change the whole narrative. Also, by planning a prequel right in the middle of final season, they are ruining the finale. And I hate when big companies' end goal is to just milk the cow to death, like CW did with Arrow. That show should have ended after season 5. So which cast members can we expect in the prequel series? We all saw Kelly in the episode. Who else? Reese, August, oh yes, Gemma, of course Bill, Kristen, and one of my favorite actress, Erica as Becca. Although they showed us that she died in episode 8, but she is still there as the Flame and Ellie. Now the question is, do we even want a prequel? I already shared that I don't like prequels in general, but let's compare the pros and cons. Could potentially fill in some story gaps. Also, history of the Grounders can be explored further. History of how the outer space colonies were established and survived. Cons. Nobody likes the prequel where we already know that all these characters are dead in the sequel. We love how the Grounder have no tolerant policy, and given the CW's track record with the recent shows, they are gonna turn this into politics as most of the commander were women. No strong surviving skills as we have seen because all the characters are gonna miss the old days all the time and wanna have some resemblance of that after the apocalypse. So this was my take on the prequel. Tell me in the comments if you want a prequel series or not. Also, I have a video on 5 reasons to watch The 100 right here.